Welcome to Atlanta Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Leo for the month of April, including late March 2023. So we are in the sign of Aries, which is your fellow fire sign. And you, Leo, are in your 9th house, which is the house of far horizons, travel, your higher mind, your philosophy about life, your spiritual sort of learnings and teachings, things that you're interested in, education also, but it's usually more of a far off horizon, so it's sort of reaching out there into the world. It's a seeking house, the 9th house. And you've got the devil. So the devil talks about how you're working too much, Leo. You need a break. It's too much. You're sort of on that wheel. It's like you're addicted to something, and we're all addicted to anything. It's something. Nobody passes that without having some kind of obsession or addiction, or things that we do too much to the detriment of ourselves, and because we're just human beings. So this, you've got to this is a time to, the devil comes in and it's very Capricornian, and they're very much about work. They're workaholics usually, and this is to the detriment of all else. They'll just work 23 hours a day if they have to. They don't mind. They know where they're going, and they'll get there. They're mountain goats. So this is your energy. So you've got to be reflecting on that, and perhaps even, Leo, you know, by the time your birthday comes around, you've got to be, you know, on a trip somewhere. We're going to Europe for their summer, or, you know, anywhere close by. Just have a break. Get off the wheel of, you know, work, I'm guessing, or whatever it is that you may be doing too much to the detriment of yourself and feeling like stuck. It's a stuck card. Okay. Where you are right now. Yeah. Ace of Swords. So in comes the Ace of Swords. It slices through all the crap, all the mind stuff, all that. It has been a horrible time for you, Leo. I can see it here. It's been absolutely excruciating in your mind. And because you're very much fire people, you're doers, you're action people, and it doesn't do well to go into your head, Leo, because it's not really, it's not how you work. So, and the last 4 weeks have indeed been absolutely, Pisces month was, less said the better. So now you've got this chance with the Ace of Swords to cut through, and now it's a new beginning again. So forget about all that, and let's move on to clarity now. Now everything kind of makes sense a bit more, that we're moving out of the watery, emotion-ridden story of Pisces. Let's see how you got to be in the wonderful Ace of Swords. So hard times, bad times or awful times behind you, new times coming in, and it's influenced by the star. So the star says, well, you needed to go through that. I think all the signs went through the last 4 weeks. It was horrible. The star sort of gives you hope and faith in the future. It's about moving forward, always moving forward, having your eye on the prize. It's very much an out there card. It's like, yeah, well, as long as you keep moving forward, and whatever's happened is meant to be happening, because the star is very much the... there is no such thing as a coincidence. Things are there on our path for us to sort of endure, learn about, and move through, not to sort of stop and go, oh, I'm not doing that, because that's when it gets harder. So very much the star, so looking out there, being very sort of brave just to move on out, and always knowing that there's something better out there beyond these sort of interesting experiences that jump into our path. They're all meant to be, and it's very much your opposite, the star. It's for the Aquarian. So a lot of you have got some Aquarian energy in there, which probably doesn't help a lot of the times for you, because you're a different type, but never mind, that's the makeup. Let's see the background. So February, March, and we had Seven of Swords, jealousy, deceit, all sorts of not very nice kind of people around, or people, you know, just throwing a spanner in the works, and you feeling it immensely, especially in Pisces time. You could just feel that, you know, you didn't need to overhear anyone bitching about you or being nasty. It's just a huge feeling that you think, yeah, well, I know exactly where that came from. But then trying to work out why, don't worry about why, because this is who's projecting onto you. It's whatever reason that they have this story all mangled up about you, and this jealousy is manifesting in deceit. So there you go. Just saying. Now that's still around, Leo, so just take care with that. You know, you can feel it, and it's very much people who are just sort of using their brain, and their brain's all that matters to them. They don't seem to have too much of a soul, these people. So just keep a white berth. But there's a bit more to come spraying around, but just keep moving forward, and, you know, leave them where they're meant to be, because it's not very nice energy, but it usually comes from other people, not from yourself. And if it is yourself being negative towards yourself, you've got to stand back and look at that and go, well, no, don't even go there. Recent influences, and we have the sun. So now you start to see everything, warts and all, cracks and all. This sun illuminates everything, and it's your Leo card. It's like you can see everything with the sun. There's nowhere to hide with the sun. It's also a healing card. It's a yes answer card, sorry. If you had a yes no question, it's a yes. It's also about just getting in there and enjoying the sun. But moreover, it's about really illuminating what's been going on, I feel, for you, Leo. So that sort of will bring you some kind of relief. Okay, let's now go to the lesson you'll be learning in March, April. And there we have the Knight of Cups. There he is. So this might be a younger guy in your life. If you're younger people, it might be your son. If you're a bit older, old enough to have a young, you know, adult son. Love is in the air with this one. In love with the idea of love. There could be a proposition coming in, but just be careful, because he really is in love with the idea of love. He's looking for that whole idealistic experience. And I think as long as you're sort of aware of that, you can't be sort of fooled by it and just go, well, you know, I'm not actually like into that at the moment. But it also could just mean someone sort of offers you something. There's an offer coming through. If you trawl back through this and using the sun to look into everything really, like really under a microscope, I wouldn't be taking any kind of offers too seriously with the Knight of Cups, because mature-wise, he's not up there yet. He's not emotionally intelligent enough yet. He's still sort of living that pipe dream, that Hollywood fairy tale that, you know, love conquers all, and we know that it doesn't. Okay, so that's the lesson you're learning. So just be on, you know, on the outlook. Enjoy the experience, but also just have a look at it realistically too. And if it's your son, especially, well, you just give him the right advice. Near future. And then we go to the transformation, the great transformation of the Scorpio card. So things are shifting for you, Leo, very, and these big transformational cards like death, Scorpio death, it's sort of like a big old wooden wheel. It kind of moves very incrementally. It doesn't move quickly. It just kind of gradually we get to sort of transform our lives when we don't like what we were doing before and think, right, I'm changing it. And it does take, it's a process, so it's slow to go, but I'm getting, and this is here, and I'm thinking by October, November, this transformation as well will really have taken place, where you will have sort of evened your life out a bit more, Leo, like balance, because I think you're either working too much or you're doing something too much, and you kind of like, you're getting, you don't know how to stop and get off. But Scorpio death comes in to go, yeah, but slowly, bit by bit, you know, you will get there. So don't panic, just keep moving forward. What's happening that you're not realising? And yeah, do I hang on? Do I let go? Now, this is a real past life card. It's a family-based card. It's like you can't kick your family out. You can't, you know, that kind of energy where there's people you know you've got to let go of, but you just don't want to, or you feel like you can't because you're related. But there's all sorts of lessons in that as well. But yeah, just letting go is easier than hanging on, Leo. So don't forget that. And especially with all this stuff going on, you know, sometimes you just got to let it, throw it out there and see where it lands. Because the more you hang on to it, the worse it gets. And you get tired arms from hanging on so close. It's like a miser card too. It's like trying to keep everything. And we all have that. But yeah, the lesson is just to let go and go, oh wow, it doesn't feel as bad after all. Okay, so let's see how others see you. End of a family, what is it? Curse. Difficult times have come to an end, Leo. Very difficult times, but mainly difficult times in your mind. You know, this mind, I'd say a horrible word, but a mind jam where you're just like, oh my God, you know, why am I getting all this stuff? But it's just a cycle. So this is the card it's come in to tell you that it's nearly over. So you've learnt that lesson. You've learnt all these different lessons, I guess. And you will be doing in April, and it's going to be good. And so by the end of sort of October, November, you're going to be free of all this baggage, I suppose. This particular lesson. What you're feeling positive about, and we have the 8 of Coins, studying, improving yourself, going well, work, more things with work, possibilities with work, studying to make, sort of improve on your work and where you're going to go next, what you're going to do next, maybe next year, but you're working away very hard, sort of mature. This is usually it's the master's apprentice, a more mature person going back and studying when they're sort of in maturity, like 40s, 50s, etc. But still, you know, really eager to learn, and, you know, it's like you're in the 9th house. This is going to go really well for you this 4 weeks, Leo, just studying and working, especially on things that you can do to improve yourself. So using that Aries positive fire energy to cut through all the crap and get things actually done, and enjoy doing them too with the 8 of Coins, because it's going to come to fruition later on, probably next year, where you'll go, oh, I'm so glad I did that course. Okay, or whatever it is. The outcome. And then you'll have a rest, because you'll be like, yes, I just need to sit back and chill and watch the world go by. I don't really need to, you know, the big high energy of Aries, which is very familiar to you, Leo's fire energy, and then coming into Taurus at the mid 3rd week of April, you'll want to just kick back and have a rest. Just be careful with your health too there, because that can be the card, the 4 of Swords, of, you know, just being sick or run down, and, you know, telling you just to take a breather and kick back a bit, rather than just, especially in fire times, like fire, like Aries, you know, there's a lot of energy being spent. Okay, I've gone right over, you've probably all switched it off by now. Okay, your card is self-acceptance. To be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself. I'll leave that with you, Leo, and so say all of us. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great 4 weeks in fire.